apply for you. We teach you exactly how to go through the process step by step so that you can achieve it by yourself. All right, we teach you how to get admission, how to get scholarship, how to get study loan, and every other thing you need in order to successfully relocate abroad. Whoa! Welcome to this session. It's going to be amazing. So today I have 16 questions that I have to answer for you here. These are questions that people following my page have asked. Maybe your own question is here. If you have asked us question inbox before or as a comment, though we prefer for you to ask us question inbox, okay? Now listen very well, because I do this from time to time where I answer questions that people are asking. That's my ultimate goal, right? To answer your questions. So let's go right into it. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? I'm super pumped. Okay. Before we go on, by the way, let me explain to you. These are study abroad questions or travel abroad related questions that people following me on social media, Dr. Linda Iheme, have asked, okay? And you may be wondering, why do they have to ask me a question in the first place? Well, my name is Dr. Linda Iheme, and I'm an educational consultant with Vantage Migration. Myself and my team, we train graduates who are relocating abroad so that they can relocate through the study abroad route successfully. We train graduates and professionals. All right? So actually, we don't apply for you. We don't apply for you. We teach you exactly how to go through the process step by step so that you can achieve it by yourself. All right? We teach you how to get admission, how to get scholarship, how to get study loan, and every other thing you need in order to successfully relocate abroad. Even when people have problems, let's say your visa has been denied or something, sometimes there are challenges that come up. We also cover that for Vantage Migration students. As I said, I'm an educational consultant with Vantage Migration. Now, let's jump right into these questions. Now let me tell you the truth. I've not read these questions before. My staff just prepared it, so sent it to me. I printed it out, and I'm just going to read them for the first time and answer them. I love it that way, right? So that I don't give you premeditated answers. I love it this way. Fresh, hot, exciting. Okay, the first question here is, please, doctor, can someone who is in the arts discipline get admitted into UK university to study science courses for master's program? I mean health sector. Okay, so this person is asking if they are saying that they are from arts discipline. Maybe when you say arts, you can say theater arts, as the case may be. And they want to go into a master's in UK into health sector. So the short answer to that is yes. I'll tell you why I said yes. Because of two things. The first one is because this person mentioned UK. If you repeat this same question and just change the UK to Canada, the answer will be no. If you change it to US, the answer will be no-ish, right? But if you say UK, the answer is yes. Because I've seen people that maybe they did not read anything related to health. For example, you see them going into something like masters in adult nursing, right? Masters in adult nursing. I've seen that somebody that did not read health or science program before. I've seen somebody that read even maybe social science courses, maybe not just pure arts, and they were able to go into health sector specifically for UK. A school will expect you to show proof that you have interest in this program, and there are different ways to do that. That is exactly one of the things we teach you at Vantage Migration. Now, having said that, let me tell you something else. Sometimes some people are of the opinion because of they say that they've been hearing. So let me attack something else that may be, let me use the word, may be wrong with the person that asked this question, but the person doesn't even realize it. Okay? If somebody is asking this question It's possible that all their life they wanted to read nursing or healthcare program. We can live with that. But a lot of time is because somebody have heard that abroad is only medical related programs that used to give money. So because of that, from applied arts, they want to come to nursing. The school may give you admission. Do you know? The school may give you admission, but you may end up failing woefully. You think, I go do I go. It's not always like that. You want to go to start masters. Where you be doing maybe biology, anatomy, physiology. Let's say if it's a proper healthcare program. Do you get my point? From applied art, you want to swing yourself to go and do that at master's level and do research on it. You may just be setting yourself up for failure. Do you know? If this is your situation. So that's just by the way. The other one is that most times people are doing it because they heard healthcare program is lucrative. So they want to just, irrespective of what they read before, right? Irrespective of what they read before, they want to just abandon everything and go to nursing, or especially nursing. Let me tell you. Can I just be honest with you right now? If you read, let's say you're a nurse in UK. Let's use UK for example. You're a nurse in UK. Do you know that somebody that learns cyber security for 3 months will be any more than you? 3 months. You don't even use certificates, learner. You understand? The person not read cyber security in secondary school or university. 3 months, they'll be any more than you. Their first salary will be bigger than your own. So those days, people used to hear nursing. You want to go and, if you're a nurse, I'm not discrediting you. That's not the point. I'm specifically talking to that person that read arts, that just want to swing from arts to nursing now. 1, you may be setting yourself up for failure. 2, there are other programs that will not. There are other programs you can easily get admission to, especially interdisciplinary programs. Do you understand? That will even give you much more money than healthcare program will give to you. Wake up, oh. This is not 1990. This is 21st century. Have we even entered 22nd century? Wake up. So I hope it's one question, but I've answered it and I've also touched the points around it so that somebody will actually learn well so that you will know exactly how you are making your decision. Now, let's go to the next question. The next question is, what is the minimum amount to study in UK? A quite interesting one. Now, there is no specific amount. There is no minimum amount. Let me give you an example. I have friends who got, I have a friend who got Erasmus Mundus scholarship, right? To one of the European countries. UK is also one of the places they send students to. All he's looking for is money to pay for his visa application. Yeah? I have another friend who got Commonwealth scholarship. All she was looking for, all she needed was ticket money, flight fee to travel to UK. So in that case, the question is, what is the minimum amount they need? Maybe if you had to calculate it in dollars, you say $2,000, $3,000, right? Because money to pay for visa and then tickets. So when it say minimum amount, there's no minimum amount. Somebody that is going on, let's say another person gets admission, school fees, £20,000, scholarship provided, £10,000. How much do they need for school fees? £10,000, right? Plus then living expenses. Another student going to the same school who did not get the same scholarship, we what? We have £20,000 to pay in terms of school fees. So 2 people going to the same school may not even need the same amount of money. 2 people going to the same school, going for the same course, may not even need the same amount of money. Though I know, see, let me tell you what you probably would have liked. Now, let me not even say people, because even you are among. What people like, right? What they like is that, Dr. Linda, what's minimum amount? I will not be like, Let me press my heart calculator. $20,000. $10,000. They need you to call a figure so that their mind will be sweeting them. If they have it in their account, they'll be like, I have it. If they don't have it, they'll be like, my own don't finish. But this is not how it works. Do you have the stomach for the truth? That's the question I have for you. Do you have the stomach for the truth? The stomach for the truth is that there's no minimum amount. There's no maximum amount. The same you that got admission for £13,000, somebody else got admission for £25,000. There is no minimum amount. You can't even have an average of how much you're going to spend until your admission is out. You will see whether you are getting scholarship or not, how much is the school fees, what, before you can come to an average. But what I will tell you is that instead of waiting for the minimum amount, ask yourself, what do you need to do next? Let's say what you need to do next is submit an application. Let's just put it that way. You now ask yourself, how much is the application fee? 10,000. How much? $100, right? Or something. Or maybe there's no even application fee. Let's just say $100. Do you have $100? Yes, pay it. Do the application. Because just having the $100 to do the application may qualify you for the scholarship. But if you are waiting to get the school fees before you start, let me ask you. Let's say you have a program now, £20,000. Except the top percentage of people living in Africa. A lot of people, 80%, 70%, can't save that money at once. Get started. Your desire to know the average amount, push a lot of agents towards giving you a figure top of their head. There's no way they calculated that thing. There's no, in fact, and they will have to also tell you something lower so that your mind will not go. But you plan with that, you will fall into the bush. Do you have the stomach for the truth? Or you just want to push people to tell you a figure? Okay? Think of the next thing you have to do. Do you have the money for it? Yes, go and do it. Go and do it. Some people say, I don't want to stop halfway. Stop halfway. Because when you stop halfway, you have not lost. You've learned in the process. You know exactly what to do next time. Plus, that your auntie, that your uncle, that your boyfriend, that your girlfriend, that your fiancé, that your fiance, that your uncle, that school, that professor may be willing to give you money for the next stage. But if you fold your arms, you're waiting for when everything is settled before you carry your bag, they go. Let's leave those people. Next question. The question is, can I combine my account statement and someone's account statement together as proof of funds? The answer is yes, but let me explain the yes. It depends, okay? Because if you can't just bring an account and say this is proof of funds, because proof of funds shows that you have this money. So if the account is not in your name, you will need to show that you have access to the money. One word, there are different ways to do that. And that is why when you come to Vantage Migration, we train you on different aspects of proof of funds once you get to that stage. Once you get to the visa stage where those things are needed, you get trained on how to do it. So you can get trained. That's what I would advise you. Okay? Because it's not straightforward. It's not even something I can explain to you. Because 10 people can have the same situation and all of them are different. When I now say whose account is that? If it is your boyfriend, it's a different story. If it is your uncle, it is still a different story. If it is your mom, it is a different story. If it is your sibling, it is a different story. What if it's a second account of yours? Whoa, a different story. What if the account the person is giving to you is a company account? Different story. Just it. So if I stay here and I just answer you it's true, it's like this, I'm deceiving you. Don't be deceived. Don't be deceived. But get trained. And you can attend our study abroad webinar, right? You can attend our study abroad webinar at www.vantagemigration.ca. Okay? www.vantagemigration.ca. You can attend our free webinar so that you learn exactly how this works. Okay? Now let's go to the next question. Next question says, how do one know that you've been banned to reapply? So let me explain. Sometimes when people submit fake documents, especially, or fake information during visa stage, the embassy may not just refuse the visa, they may ban you from reapplying. When they do that, they will tell you. You won't be guessing. They will tell you. How? They may tell you if they sent a paper with your passport, they will tell you. If you applied online on the whatever, they will tell you. You will be informed. Through the same means to where you were using to communicate with the embassy, they will tell you. To be guessed. Now, the people that are usually in soup are people that, for example, they use agents to do the application. They don't have access to anything. They've been banned, but they themselves don't even know that they've been banned. Agent did not tell them they've been banned. They will keep reapplying. And of course, as they're reapplying, those things are bouncing back. Like, nobody's even going to approve you. In fact, with time, they can ban you for extra years just because you don't know and you kept reapplying. So I always tell people, be in charge of your future. Don't even hand it over to me, oh. Don't hand it over to me. Be in charge of your future. Okay? Now the next question is, hello ma'am, is there any way where your GMAT? Where is this question coming from? This person obviously have not been following Dr. Linda, right? You already know it's not news that 99% of the people out there do not need GMAT or GRE or any exam at all. You can as well say, okay, somebody who read banking and finance can successfully go for example, an MBA. Though some schools may still say GMAT and GRE for MBA, half of the schools will not mind. We accept it without that exam. So if you are really allergic to GRE or GMAT, change your course. You're not a tree. You're not a tree planted to a particular course. Are you? Answer me. Are you? You're not a tree planted to a particular course. If a course is not working out for you, change your course. Change your course. Simple. Some people, it's only management science they want to study abroad. And they must do it without GMAT. And I'm like, do you get? When you have done everything and nothing seems to be working, no school is giving you a change your course. Simple. And you don't know that it's important to have an education consultant by your side. It's important because sometimes the things you are killing yourself about, one advice like this, boom, the obstacle you thought you just met. One advice, you have climbed the obstacle, you're already running. That's what we do now. I think if we don't do our work right, we probably won't have people coming to Vantage Migration. And this is just one out of 200 possible things that can happen. But with the right advice, you know exactly what to do next. When the going gets tough, only the tough gets going. So are you tough? Are you tough? Not before mouth, oh. You tough, not before mouth. When something hook you, no feel move. If you don't have the right strategy, the right advice, it's going to be difficult for you. That's why I always encourage you. Go to Vantage Migration, start with us so that along the process, when there is a problem, you can easily call us, right? And then we'll be there for you. Go to www.vantagemigration.ca, attend our free webinar, and then take it up from there. All right? That's the way forward, my dear. That's the way forward. This thing you are finding very hard. So many people are having it the easy way. Why don't you want to be celebrated? Okay. Next question. I always say, I'm talking to you from Canada. I know they come again. Do you understand? I've already done my own travel abroad. So, if you think I'm saying it for myself, good luck. I'm not coming again, no. Somebody said, please, Dr. Linda, can one use one's own company account when applying for proof of account statement? It's possible, but it's not straightforward. You don't just say because your company is an entity. It's like saying, can you use your brother's account? Yes, but it's not that straightforward. There are clauses to meet, right? And that is one of the things we teach at Vantage Migration. You can start with us at www.vantagemigration.ca. vantagemigration.ca, okay? And you will learn exactly the rest. And if you have a personal question you want to ask us, you can always chat us on Instagram. It's a verified page. Chat us on Instagram at Dr. Linda Iheme. Chat us on Instagram. It's a verified page, and we'll be able to answer your questions or send you to the webinar if you don't remember the webinar link. Because before we even start answering your question, we need you to complete the webinar. When you complete the webinar, and then you have other questions, we can answer them. That's the way we work, just to make sure that everybody gets access to the same information. Okay, now the other one says, I have bachelor's in computer science. Is it possible to do PhD in education? I'm not sure of where this person is coming from. These kind of questions are not yes or no answer, right? Because let's say, let me give you an instance where this would be yes. Let's say this person have BSc in computer science. When they graduated, they started teaching in a school, right? They started teaching in secondary school or, a college. They've been teaching computer science for the past 2 to 3 years. And they decide to go for PhD in education. Do you think they can go for it? Yes. The answer is yes. But let's also say this person finished bachelor's in computer science, and they got a job in, let's just say, in Google, right? And they've been working as a software developer, for example, for Google. And they jump out from there, and they apply to Canada to go and do PhD in education. Do you think there's a correlation? No. Do you see? So it can be yes or no, but people don't realize that there are other factors to consider. Different factors to consider. So the question is not as straightforward as you think the question is. It's individualized. The answer will be individualized. So when I get people like that, I'm able to ask them more questions, especially the Vantage Migration students. I ask them more questions. What have you been doing? Then it's easier to determine whether it is a good course or not for the person. It's not straightforward, it's individualized, okay? Okay, let me tell you a funny story before I continue. Who wants to hear my story? Who wants to hear my story? Tell me now. Who wants to hear my story? Tell me. I want to tell you a personal story. Who wants to hear? Before I continue, there are still some questions to go. Who wants to hear my story? Okay. One day, I went to Nigeria. I was coming back to Canada, right? So I was going through immigration. That's immigration. All these people that, if you've done international travel before, they have to check you, before they would ask, okay, you can go, before you get to where you enter your flight. Anyway, so I met this man. Apparently, he's part of the immigration officers or something. He's in this place where they do bag check. It will be funny if he's watching me right now, because he told me he follows me on Instagram. So the man was like, hey, Dr. Linda, how are you? You're the one I follow on Instagram, right? I was like, yeah. He now said, ma, every time, whenever somebody asks you a question, you always say it depends. It depends. The man was like, every time somebody asks me a question on Instagram, I always tell the person, it depends. So he was laughing at me. I was laughing. I said, but the joke he was telling was not really entering, because I was already running a bit late for my flight. So I was just, when you're moving through, I just need to catch up with my flight. So he was saying this. So I smiled and I continued what I was doing. He now said, He now said, what would be this man was asking me while I was putting my bag through. He said, what would be the difference in school fees between somebody going to University of Waterloo, Canada, and somebody going to, I think, something School of London, UK? What would be the difference? How am I supposed to answer that question right there and then when he's asking me while I'm processing my bag? By the way, that question is not going to be this, it's going to depend, right? So what made me laugh was that the question he asked was also going to depend. It doesn't have a straightforward answer. I still have to think about it. See, you go to the school website, you check the school fees for the particular course, because all the courses in the school differ. So I was going to tell him that it depends on the course. right? But he doesn't even believe me because he feels like every time somebody asks me a question, I will say it depends. But doesn't it depend on the course? All the courses in a school are not the same price. They're not the same school fees. If you get scholarship versus you don't get scholarship, it's a different ball game. So it's not a one straightforward answer. What's the difference between somebody going to UK, School of London, and you Waterloo? I'll just tell you the difference is $10,000. Like, wouldn't you even ask me how I came up with that answer? So the funny part is that the man now ended up asking me a question that also depends. So guess what my answer was to him? It depends. That day, I know I was in a hurry. But I laughed. I was like, God, please, how can you even ask me that? See, depending on the course, are those two people going to the same course? Are they going to different courses, different departments? The courses are different. Do they have scholarship? Do they not have? Are they going with family? Are they not? What is the family size if you are going with family? It still depends. Do you get? So, in case you're like that man who thinks that every question on Instagram that people ask me, I always say it depends. It truly depends, oh. What people are looking for, who is going to just $10,000, $11,500, $2,000, in fact, zero, $40,000, $50,000. Is it magic? You have to think. It depends. That's why you need training. If it was that straightforward, why waste my time training you when I can just give you all the answer? It depends. With that said, let's go back to serious question answering. All right. So this person says, can I bring a conference visa and still apply for school there when I get to Canada? Yes. So if you have a visiting visa and you are coming to Canada, while you are in Canada, it is official and it is allowed that you can get admission in a school and apply to the embassy to change your status from being a visitor to being a student. You can do that. All right. You can do that. So yes, you can bring conference visa and you can get admission and you can change your visa. There are people that have done that, so it's possible. All right. Now the next question says, my husband wants to do his PhD in Canada and he wants to take me there. Woo, is the woman that is writing. Can I work while he studies and how much proof of funds do we need? In terms of how much proof of funds, it depends. But can you work while he studies? Yes. Okay. So the spouses of international students are given open work permit in Canada, which means you can work full time for any employer. That's what they call open. Open means any employer, is not locked. So you can work full time for any employer. So if your husband is coming to Canada for his PhD, for example, according to this question, yes, the woman can come along. All right, the woman can come along. That's number one. And the woman will get open work permit, meaning the woman can work full time. However, the husband, who is a student, is going to be studying full time and working part time. But the wife will get to work full time. Now, in terms of how much you need for proof of fund, it depends. I advise you to go to www.vantagemigration.ca. www.vantagemigration.ca. Go there so that you will learn exactly how study abroad works and you take it step by step, okay? Trust me, there's no figure to punch for you because it depends. How much is the school fees? How much is he's going with you? Okay, do you have kids? I don't know. How many kids do you have? I don't know. Right? So there are factors to put in order to come up with the exact figure. So let me tell you, it's not that you can't calculate it all. Once you have the factors that you need, you can then calculate the exact figure that you need. But I can't answer the question without knowing those factors. That is why it is individualized. Okay? So now next question says, is it advisable to submit UK study visa with same time with primary applicants? What I think this person is trying to ask, because the question is not so clear. The person is trying to ask, like, let's say you are going to school to study now, and you want to go with your wife. Some people believe that you must apply first, okay, when your visa is out, before you apply for your wife. Others believe that both of you can apply at the same time. Now let's talk of what is official. Officially, if you are going with your wife, they expect you to apply with your wife or with your spouse and your kids or whatever, right? But it's not compulsory, so it will depend on you. There are times when you feel like maybe you don't have everything you need to submit for 2 people. You submit for 1 person first, get your visa, then you can submit for your spouse. But if all the ingredients that is needed is complete, feel free to submit for both of you at the same time. So it will depend on the individual circumstance of the couple, of the people going together. Okay. Next question says, which is a better option between USA and Canada? Which do you think is a better option? Let me ask you that you are watching now. Which is a better option? Well, I'm a Canadian, so what do you expect me to say? Come to Canada! Come to Canada! Canada is good. I will choose Canada. If you give me US and Canada, I will choose Canada anytime, any day. So don't tempt me. You already know the answer I'm going to give to that question. You just wanted me to say it. Come to Canada. So to the person who say which is a better option, US or Canada, I will choose Canada. It doesn't mean that you must choose Canada, okay? Even sometimes you may choose Canada, but Canada will not choose you. Like, I've seen people who say they want to go abroad to study. They chose Canada, but they did not get any admission in Canada. Does that mean you should fold your arms and wait? No. You will go to where you are accepted, right? So, I will choose Canada, but if I'm in your situation, I will keep an open mind. Apply to both countries. And choose when both of them have accepted you. You now say, okay, which one do I like most? Even some people, they will tell me that, like some people, they have relatives in US that will help them settle down fast. So, because of that, they want to go to US. Like, there's no wrong or right answer to that. It's about personal preference. So, if you ask me about my personal preference, Canada is my preferred country. But it doesn't mean that everybody has to come to Canada. You understand? If you don't get admission in Canada, go to where you got admission. Keep moving. It doesn't mean that people in US are not doing well. It doesn't mean that people in UK are not doing well. It doesn't mean that people in Australia are not doing well. They are all high income countries. So, last, oh, that good day. Yeah. All right. So now, somebody asked a question. Say, why is Ugandans having a problem accessing Canadian visa? So if you're from Uganda, hello. Whether you're watching this as a replay or you're watching it live, if you're in Uganda, comment below. Drop a comment. Say, I'm a Ugandan, I'm a Ugandan. Is it true that you're having challenge accessing Canada visa? I'm going to tell you. Your challenge is not different from any other person's challenge. People have challenge accessing Canada visa. Why? Why do you think that's the situation? They don't know what to do. They don't know what is required. They don't know what to do. Most of the people that tell you their visas were denied, whenever I get on consultation with them, right there and then, the loopholes will be staring at me. The loopholes will be staring at me. So people get visa denied because they don't know what to do. If I'm you, instead of assuming that all Ugandans, or all Africans, or all Nigerians, or all Ghanaians, or all Cameroonians, all Liberians, all Zimbabweans, all what, all of them are having problem, ask yourself, how do you get trained so that you know exactly what the embassy is looking for? It's not easy. Sometimes you even know what the embassy is looking for, but you don't have the stomach to get the right document. Someone was telling me recently, said, the person went to get, I think, bank statement or so. The bank said, oh no, we can't print 4 months bank statement for you. The system is printing from last year. And throughout last year, which is several months ago, the person had a time when they used the account for some business transactions. So they've also kept the money they needed for their visa there for several months now. So all they really needed was their 4 months account statement that Canada asked for, and their visa in terms of finance will be good to go. But guess what? The bank have refused to give it to them because, not really refused, but they complain about their system. Most people will say yes to this. Most people will say, okay, the embassy will understand. They will print that bank statement and they will use it for visa. What will happen? Their visa will be denied. But, so they know the right thing. But because of circumstances, they have not done the right thing. Do you get my point? That person knows the right thing, that, oh, your account here, some money should not be moving like this, as if it's wind, right? They will say volatile funds, for example. The person knows that, but you have not been able to implement because of what bank was saying no. So when this person came, this is a Vantage Migration client, when the person came to me and said, this is the problem they're having, I gave them one simple solution. Do GIC. Do you know what GIC is? Do you know what GIC is? Okay, don't worry, I'm not going to tell you. Go to Google to go and look for it. That's number one. Or if you're a Vantage Migration student and you have a similar problem, send me an email. Send me an email and I'll give you the answer. Let me leave that for the inner caucus members. You know, there should be a reason now. You're not a Vantage Migration student. Why should I be telling you all these secrets? Do you know what GIC is? Okay, so I'm not going to be able to tell you the meaning, but the definition of the term, but I'll tell you what it means. It simply means a situation where you take your money and open a bank account in Canada, for example, pay the money inside that bank account, and then use the Canada bank account details to apply for your visa. This way, embassy knows that that money is already in Canada, so they are not doubting you. So this is what this Vantage Migration client had to do. But many people know the right thing, that statement they printed from last year till now is going to get their visa denied, but they will not have the stomach to correct it. So when you come to Vantage Migration, we are tough. Oh, don't think it's going to be moi and beans. Keep going. No. Sometimes I've had students that I said, this your program, you know it's not a good program for you, right? You know it's not a program of best fit. Sorry, you cannot progress to visa. I've said that to somebody. See, it's not like I'm a winch, but why do they have me if they have to keep making those mistakes, right? So I told the person, I said, you can't progress. Go and get another admission and come back. They actually spent, I think, an extra semester or so. I can't remember, but something like that. So it's not moi and, you know, you just be going. We're tough, but that's why we're your eyes, right? So that we'll catch the error before you make it. Is that not why you have us? Anyways, next question. Somebody asked, if a school asks me to write supervisor after PhD application, supervisors have their area of research interest. Should one state their own research interest? This person is going for PhD, all right? So if you're going for PhD, Vantage Migration, we train you on how to get supervisors, how to write supervisors, what supervisors are looking for, what to say to them, what to tell them. We train you on that. We give you templates so that you know exactly how other people have done it. We also give you framework so that you will know how to construct your own. We show you. We teach you, we show you, we give you samples. So, if you're a PhD student, get trained though. Get trained, because guess what? A lot of PhDs, especially in Canada, even UK and US, a lot of PhDs are fully funded. So when I have students that get PhD scholarship, right? It's for 4 years. So you may be talking about total of $150,000, $200,000, $250,000. Why on earth will you try to save $1,000 just so that you can lose $250,000? Why on earth will you make such a decision? Even if somebody came to you now and said, for example, use $1,000 to learn something so that you can get $150,000. My PhD scholarship from University of Waterloo was, if you add everything, it was getting to, I think, 154. I don't know if that 154 included everything, but I did 150 something. $150-something. In case you, when I say 154, some people say I thought I'm saying $154. $154,000 something. And I still got extra scholarships. School will be paying you every month. Why will you lose this? Some people will go and tell me they got PhD admission, they're the one paying for themselves. Well, they are not serious. So I don't like to waste my time on those people. If you are going for PhD, get trained. Get trained. Don't be penny wise, pound foolish. Let's call a spade, because that's what you are being if you are refusing to get trained. Get trained. Most PhDs are fully funded. So if you learn exactly how to get it, you will never lose. I have a student at this program with this university, Wilfred Laurier University in Canada. Is very close to my city. She got fully funded scholarship. In fact, she will stay like school, email her more funding. So last question. So somebody said, can I apply for scholarship for my graduate studies immediately after my undergraduate degree, or I have to wait for a while? You can apply immediately. There's no rule saying that you have to wait. If you have finished your undergraduate studies, start your master's plan immediately. Even if you think it's too early, after you have gotten the admission, you can defer it to the following year. Let's say there are other things you are trying to wrap up, but this will give you time, right? Because God forbid it goes wrong. You have another time to try again. So start immediately. I always advise people who just graduated, start your process immediately. Even if it doesn't work out, you will learn from it. You will know what to improve. You will see what the school said to you. You see what the professor said to you. You will understand why you missed it the first time. You are far better off trying and failing compared to not trying at all. You are far better off. All right? So, with these answers to these questions, I encourage you to attend our study abroad webinar. All right, go to www.vantagemigration.ca. You are going to learn more about what we do, about study abroad, how to go about it, how I did it, how others are doing it. You're going to learn more about those things. And after attending the webinar, if you have questions, there are multiple places where you can contact us, right? But I'm going to send you just to one place. After you have completed the webinar, if you have questions, chat us inbox on Instagram. Okay? Chat us inbox on Instagram, because my Instagram is a verified page. So at Dr. Linda Iheme, chat us inbox. You can take a screenshot of this, all right? At Dr. Linda Iheme, chat us inbox on Instagram. That is the best way to get response to your questions. So complete the webinar first. Even if you don't remember the webinar link, chat us inbox. We'll be able to give you the webinar link. Don't be tempted to start looking for how to drop question on this video. You can drop a comment. They say you like the video or something. That's okay. But if you have a question, chat us inbox. That's where we answer questions. It's also some of the questions that people have asked us. That's where I pulled out these ones to answer. Remember, next time, if you want to know exactly when next I'll be doing question and answer or any other live session, you can check my page and click on the notification button. Is it what they call it? Notification button, yeah, so that when I start live, you get notified. When I post something, you get notified. All right? That's on Instagram or Facebook as well. Dr. Linda Iheme. Now, take good care of yourself. Hope you still remember, this is Dr. Linda Iheme, and I'm an educational consultant with Vantage Migration. Myself and my team, we train graduates and professionals who want to relocate abroad. We train them on how to do that successfully through the study abroad route. We teach you how to get admission, scholarship, study loan, and every other thing you need in order to successfully relocate abroad all by yourself. Well, make sure take good care of yourself.